Welcome, FamilyAffaires.com contributor Dr. Dan Gottlieb. Hi, Dr. Dan.
It's so good to be with you. See, when you miss somebody, you get tongue-tied.
Well, that's what happened. I was just so happy to see you because it's been a long time.
It has been.
It's been a while, and the first thing that I was thinking about that I wanted to discuss today was to talk about the attacks that have recently happened in Paris and, how it's making us all feel. It's stirring up so many emotions. I was just recently talking to somebody, and they actually said that these attacks affected them more than 9/11. And you're shaking your head, so I'm thinking that's something common. So let's talk about it, because especially now with the holidays, there's so much going on, whether it's, we're in crowds, we're with family, there's just so many emotions.
Um, it affected so many of us more than 9/11 because we know, we know that the world changed at 9/11. Our countries changed. Our sense of safety within ourselves and within our nation, within the world, changed after 9/11. What happened in Paris changed our world again. And now we know what that means. In the wake of 9/11, our politicians came up and said, this changed the world. Okay, but none of us had any idea what it meant. Now we do. This is a different dimension. So our world is changing. In a way, it's more frightening. And it's more frightening because it's spread out. Despite what the politicians say, we can't control our borders.
No.
Whoever wants to come in is going to come in.
Yeah.
So we're all vulnerable. And, we try to put that at arm's length and pretend we're not. All painful emotions, we try to put at arm's length and pretend they're not there. It's there. It's there. So what do we do, and how do we cope? We can't change the world. We can't change the fact that we're vulnerable. But we can wake up to the fact that in this moment, as we speak, those who saw Paris are suffering. I watched that on TV, and I felt murderous rage. I wanted to kill people or see them killed, or murderous rage. And fear and helplessness and impotence, and you take a breath from that, and I realized, my God, I'm suffering. My God, I'm suffering with all of these emotions. And I could sit here and blame some faceless
Right.
but it's not going to help my suffering. And when I suffer, you know what I need? Same thing you need, the same thing you need. You need kindness. You need somebody to put their arms around us, hold us, tell us that there might not be anything we can do, but I can hold you in your suffering. And that does make us feel better.
Sure. For me, it brings up a fear of having no control, because I think about those poor people and how there was no escape. They were literally trapped. So it made me think that no matter where we are, the same thing could happen. It's the holidays. I always go into Manhattan. That is a tradition that I've done every year, and I really don't want to go this year because I don't want to be in the crowds and I don't want to feel trapped. But then there's a part of it that makes me feel mad. Why am I changing my life?
You can go one of two ways here. You can say if you miss New York this Christmas, then it gets more frightening next Christmas. On the other hand, this is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take care of you. And remember, what you're talking about now, what we talk about around these themes are about the future.
Right.
And that's what our big frontal lobes do. They predict or try to predict the future. And when we're anxious, all of our predictions are negative.
Yeah.
They're nightmares.
Sure.
Scenario. Dan Gilbert, cognitive psychology professor at Harvard who wrote Stumbling on Happiness, really studied our predictive skills. You know what? We suck. Badly.
Right.
We are less than 50-50.
Wow.
Yeah. So, your trip to New York,
Yeah.
it's all about a negative prediction.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it couldn't happen, but it's about a negative prediction. And if we live by our negative predictions, we get smaller, our world gets smaller, and the research shows we get less safe, not more safe. We become more frightened.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's tough having a mind, it really is.
I may ask you to come with me to see you can talk me through it.
Oh, God, what a tragedy. Are you kidding me? I'm there.
All right. We'll go together. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Sure, thank you. Thank you.